on full moon night into a dark forest. There were 3 adventurers, a girl and 2 boys. Girl says that the lost forest should be here. They were searching for the lost forest. Boy said that the nearby village issued a quest. They said that in these parts of the forest there are grade 1 goblins attacking people. Other boy said it's fine. They have Miss Catherine leading them. They'll be able to make a quick buck. That girl name is Catherine. She is D-rank magician of the Holy Cross Church. She says that she is not here to make money. Her father doesn't permit her to practice in the church, so this is the only way for her to improve. Suddenly they hear someone singing. They gets alert. Someone was coming from their back. They turn around to check who is it. That was a white hair boy. When he saw them, he asked, "Did someone get ahead of him first?" They were surprised to see a civilian. They said that the monsters here are rampant. It's very dangerous. They ask him what is he doing in a place like this. He shows them a goblin extermination poster and said that if the monsters are rampant, then that's good. He received a commission from a nearby village. He is here to exterminate this monster. The adventurer boy said to other that this guy's outfit is quite strange. He didn't even bring any armor to defend himself. He looks like an ordinary person, but he still dares to get a share of the pie. Other guy told him to wait while he tests his mental power. That boy goes near to that white hair boy and points his machine toward him. White hair boy asked him, why is he pointing that thing at him? Boy told him to relax and said that this is a mental strength measuring device, that are just testing his mental strength. The number that appeared on that device was 0. When the adventurers saw that, they started laughing because his mental strength is ordinary people have 5. They told him that he won't be able to fight against monsters like that. They said that, although the monsters here are only grade 1, if he were to face them head on, he wouldn't be able to last a minute. White hair boy asked them, what's mental strength? He said that. He have never used that before, and he is still able to kill monsters. Adventurer boys started laughing more loudly. They said that, he doesn't even know what mental strength is, and he's saying he killed monsters before. This guy's jokes are out of this world. White hair boy gets angry to see them laughing at him. Catherine told him that mental strength is a special ability to fight against monsters. For thousands of years, humans have gradually awakened mental strength to fight against monsters. Those who control their mental strength can release a powerful energy that's beyond the capabilities of a human. Based on the amount of mental strength displayed on the measuring device, humans are separated into ranks S, A, B, C, D, and E. Adventurer told that white hair boy that Miss Catherine of the Steve family became a D-rank magician at a young age. It's easy for her to deal with the monsters here, so he better return while he still can. White hair boy said he refuse. Adventurer gets angry. They call him bastard and ask him, why isn't he listening to them? Catherine told them that's enough. She said that, if he insists on going, then just let him be. This time she is doing this behind the church's back, so she told them to don't make such a ruckus. She said that the monsters here are only grade 1. It's fine if there's an ordinary person with a mental strength. He might be useful when we collect the monster drops. When they meet the grade 1 goblin, adventurer boy kill them with his sword, and other one kill them with his shield. Catherine raises her staff and said, water spirits, please answer my calls. In the name of the water spirits, fight against the will of evil, and release the holy power. Steve family secret magic, great counter whirlpool. A water whirlpool appear, and killed all the goblins. Adventurer boys told Catherine that she doesn't have to deal with these goblins, just leave it to them, so as to not dirty her clothes. When white hair boy saw that, he thought that, those 2 adventurers are really flattering her. White hair boy said that, those are just grade 1 monsters. He told them to, don't get careless this early. He asked them to come, look here. He said that, there are still more up ahead. That was an old ruin. Adventurer boy said, what a strange place. The village didn't say anything about a ruin. White hair boy told them to, be careful. The atmosphere here is unusual. Adventurer boy said, there's nothing to worry about since they're here. Catherine said that white hair boy is right. She told everyone, be on high alert. She said that, this place is different from the forest. She have a bad feeling. When Catherine was checking the ruins, she saw something. She was scared to see that thing. That was a huge goblin monster. She called other guys to ask, what is that monster? That monster was just sitting there doing nothing. When the adventurer boy saw that, he asked Catherine, is this also a grade 1 demon beast? Catherine said she is not so sure herself either. She said that, although it is motionless, her intuition are telling her that it is not going to be easy. A adventurer boy walked toward that goblin. Catherine asked him what is he doing. She told him to don't go there. When that adventurer boy gets near that goblin, he thought that this goblin's face looks familiar. He feel like he've seen it somewhere before. He poked that goblin with his finger. He said that even that does not make it react. He turns around and said to Catherine that, "This seems to be the carcass of the monster. This time them are going to make a lot of profit." And suddenly that goblin opened his red glowing eyes. White Hair Boy noticed that. He called that adventurer boy and told him to be careful, don't go playing with death. Suddenly something cuts his arm. That boy was in a lot of pain. He grabbed his wounds with other hand. He turns around thinking, it can't be that. The monster was alive. The one who cuts his arm with the sword is a grade 3 demon beast, the Goblin Chief. That Goblin Chief roared, and with just his roar, those two adventurer boys fainted. Catherine runs toward them to check what's wrong with them. White Hair Boy told her that they must have been traumatized. Catherine told him to don't act rashly, she said. She will protect him. Catherine goes in front of that huge Goblin Chief. She thought that the strength of this demon beast is tremendous, and it cannot be taken lightly. She have to fight using her best magic, one hit to decide the outcome. She raised her staff and called upon Water Spirit to fight against evil will and release the power of God. She said that this is the profound magic that she learned after reading through the spell book. She summons a water shark to attack that goblin, but that goblin destroyed that attack with his hands only. Catherine was too surprised to see that her attack had no effect. She couldn't understand how is that possible. That was at least the strength of a tier 3 demon beast. She don't know what to do. And suddenly that goblin attacked her with his hands. She covered herself with the water barrier, but that attack was too powerful. Catherine fell away. Catherine was coughing. She thought that she used the water barrier to defend, so how could she suffer this heavy of a blow? According to the intelligence, there should have been only grade 1 demon beasts. How could this be? Tier 3 demon beasts generally have to be handled by sea-level hunters. 5 or 6 D-class will only meant to be able to barely secure a win. But they only have those 2 E-rank knights who have passed out, and she have been seriously injured. That Goblin Chief was standing in front of Catherine. It raised his sword, Catherine thought. Is she going to die here today? She feels sorry for that white hair guy. She thought that obviously, he's just an ordinary person without any psychic power. But because of her arrogance, they will die here together. Goblin Chief swing his sword towards Catherine. Catherine closes her eyes. But nothing happened. Catherine opens his eyes thinking, why is she not dead yet? Catherine was surprised. She saw that the white hair boy has stopped that Goblin Chief's attack with just his 2 fingers. Goblin Chief was struggling to free his sword for him. But that boy wasn't even using 1 bite of his strength. Catherine was thinking, how did that boy save her? And it only took his 2 fingers to stop Goblin's attack. That is a tier 3 demon beast. That boy asked Catherine if she can still move. Catherine said that she can barely move. That boy make a heroic face and told Catherine to please step back, because if he make a move he is afraid it will affect Catherine. Catherine was surprised. She said, stand back, no problem. She hid behind a tree and asked that boy if this is far enough. Boy said, yep, it's fine. Then he called that goblin big guy and asked it if he ever been struck by lightning. That goblin didn't understand anything. On that goblin's sword, lighting started appearing for that boy's 2 fingers. That goblin was scared to see the lighting. Clouds started forming into the sky, making lighting shock. Boy shouted heavenly lighting, and all of sudden lighting struck on that goblin's head. That goblin was screaming from the pain. Catherine was too surprised. She thought that he can actually call upon the heavenly lighting. That's incredible. But is he trying to hide being a lighting magician? That boy turned around and told Catherine that he is done. She can come out now. Catherine comes out. She was shocked after seeing that goblin's dead body. Catherine. Things that to be able to kill a rank 3 demonic beast within seconds with just a single lightning strike. This magic is too terrifying. It's been years since Pharaoh City has such a talented magician like him, and only release it at the right moment. She once heard from her dad that powerful people usually hide their mana, so that they can output a lot of damage within a short time frame. Is he that kind of a person? Next day when those 2 adventurer boy wakes up, they were surprised to see that goblin's dead body. They asked Catherine that, this is a rank 3 demonic beast. Did that guy really kill this bastard? They can't even sense an ounce of mana from him. Catherine said that there's no need to speculate. If he did not make his move in time, all of them would be dead. Catherine told them that he's their savior. She was embarrassed while saying that. Catherine looks at that white hair boy and said, although she don't know what he is doing, but it's definitely because his strength is too profound. Those two adventurer goes to that boy, they call him Savior, and said that they admit that the both of them were talking behind his back about him last night. They hope that he won't be offended. A lot of material will be obtained from this demonic beast. They ask him how he'll divide it. White-hair boy looks at them and said he want all of it. They ask him if he want all of it. Then what about them? They said that what they said yesterday was their fault. But isn't this too much? He gave them toenail of a rank 1 goblin. They were too surprised, because a goblin's toenail was their split. Adventurer boy who lost his one art a goblin asked him, isn't this too little? He lost his arm for this mission. Can he give them something more valuable? White-hair boy told him to just be thankful. He said that. He also treated his injuries with his medicine. He've used his best spiritual medicines to treat his injuries already, without him paying. After a long period of meditation, this mysterious man sorted out the loot from last night. White-hair boy packed all of the things and said, he've already split all of the demonic beast materials to them. If there's no more discord, then he'll be going. Catherine asked him if he is just going to leave like this. Boy said, yeah, he still need to go to the village to collect his rewards. Catherine wants to say something but didn't say. Adventurer boy said that this boy actually took all of the valuable parts away. Isn't this guy too stingy? Other boy told him to talk slowly. He said that boy didn't take the most valuable part. He told other boy in his ears that, last night, he felt that the demonic beast was kinda familiar. But it turns out, it was the goblin chieftain on the bounty list of the Hunters Association. As long as they bring the body back to Pharaoh City, they will be able to exchange it for a ton of money. That white-hair boy hears what they were talking. He asked him, what did he guys say? He turns around. His eyes were glowing. He was smiling and said, that thing can be exchanged for money. Sometime later in Pharaoh City, in front of Demon Hunter Association in Pharaoh City, receptionist said that the corpse of a rank 3 demonic beast, a goblin chieftain is worth 1,000 spirit stones, a royal goblin's 2-handed sword is worth 150 spirit stones. The rest of the demonic beast's materials are 150 spirit stones. Receptionist handed over 1,300 spirit stones to that white-hair boy. White-hair boy thought that, it's not bad. These spirit stones are the same as what he used a long time ago. Although the qualities are low, but with enough of them, it will still be useful for his cultivation. He looks at those two adventurers. They were crying. White-hair boy gave them 30 spirit stones, and told them to take it and go recover their injuries. They thanked him. He said now he don't owe them anything. He said them farewell, and started going, but Catherine told him, wait, please don't go. She grabbed his hand. He turns around to check her. She was embarrassed while saying that. She still don't know his name. Can he tell her? White-hair boy smiled and said his name is Zhang Tianshun. At night, an inn in Pharaoh City. Zhang was taking a bath. He had a pendant in his hand. He said, this thing that is hanging around the neck of the goblin chieftain, even after being struck by his lightning bolt, it's still unscathed. And there's even spiritual energy of cultivators emanating from it. This must be something valuable, he said. He'll keep it for now. When he fall asleep in the water, that pendant started glowing. It turns into a white object, then a head pop out of the water, which also a very big ears. That was a 9-tailed fox. Bai Qing, she said. It's been 5,000 years. She is finally out. When she saw Zhang sleeping, she said, is he the one who awakened her? Some spiritual energy was coming out of Zhang's body. Bai Qing seats on Zhang. She was drooling and said that, there's a lot of spiritual energy emanating from his body. She didn't expect to have such a lucky encounter. She said to Zhang, in that case, don't mind what she's going to do. She kissed Zhang on the lips. She was thinking, what's this sensation? It's amazing. It's wet. It's moist. It's soft. A constant flow of spiritual energy is flowing through her body from his lips. This feels her too good. Suddenly Zhang asked her who is she. She falls back from Zhang and said, you're awake. Zhang didn't say anything. She makes an embarrassing face and told Zhang that he is the one who awakened her, don't he know? Zhang said, oh, so you're from the fox pattern jade pendant. Bai Qing checks got red. She was realizing lots of pink spiritual energy. She was thinking that she was in such a hurry to replenish her spiritual energy just now that she didn't notice that he was so handsome. And his body is very attractive. Why don't she have a taste of him? Bai Qing released some kind of pink gas from her mouth. Zhang called her little fox and asked her what is she playing at. But suddenly he stops talking because two girls appear into his bath out of nowhere. One of them asks Zhang, is Master taking a bath alone? Other one asks him, does Master feel cold and lonely? They ask him, why don't he let them serve him in the bath and accompany Master to relieve his boredom? They said that their skills are very good, they'll definitely satisfy Master. One of the girl grabbed Zhang's arm, and while squeezing it with her boobies, she said, Master's muscles are so firm. Her heart started skipping after leaning on them, and asked Zhang if he can feel it. Other girl also grabbed his and said that, Master's body temperature is increasing. There's no need to be so nervous, Master. Why don't she use her body to massage his back to help him relax? Bai Qing was looking at them hopelessly. She thought that if this man cannot resist her charm, who does she even look for to get some help? But when Zhang stands up, Bai Qing was too surprised. She asked herself, what's this dazzling and shiny light? Zhang looks down saying, why do he feel so unrestricted? He saw that he is completely naked, and his precious part he's shining like demand. After seeing Zhang naked, Bai Qing gets a nosebleed and fall on the ground. Sometime later, out of the bath, Bai Qing was seating on a rock, and Zhang was standing in front of her. He asked her if he is not wrong. She is some kind of spirit. She is a fox inside the pendant, and skilled in bewitching people. Bai Qing said that, since he have already found out, then she won't hide it anymore. She said she is the ancient spiritual treasure, Heavenly Fox Pendant. And after thousands of years of cultivating, she gained her human form. But because of the influence of the demonic beast's aura, she fell into slumber. She thought she'll be sleeping forever, but who would have thought she will meet him here? It's the spiritual energy in his body that awakened her. And as for the bewitching spell just now, it was just a test. She felt a lot of spiritual energy coming from him. She asked Zhang if he is a cultivator. Zhang smiles and said, yeah. Bai Qing said, but as far as she know, there are no cultivators in this world. 5,000 years ago, there was a great battle between cultivators and demons called the Great War. After that battle, all sects of the cultivator went to ruin, and all cultivators were slaughtered. Because of the influence of the demonic beast's aura, the world has undergone a drastic change. All of the 8 mighty sects were destroyed. And so, the history of the cultivators are gradually forgotten in the river of time. And in turn, many different races began to appear. As mermaids, elves, succubi, and many different unknown races also appeared to occupy a part of the land. And in the 5,000 years of when she was in slumber, she stopped sensing the existence of cultivators. She asked Zhang that, as a cultivator, how did he survive for thousands of years and only appear here right now? Zhang said he don't know. He put his hand on his head and said, what happened in the past, he have no memories of them. When Bai Qing hear that he lost his memories, Bai Qing sorry to him. She said, there's no need to be sad. The memories he've lost will surely come back someday. Zhang said, he hoped that's the case. Zhang asked Bai Qing that she used her bewitching spell on him just now to charm him. Is it to test and see if he have strong spiritual energy or not? He asked her that, as a spiritual treasure, without the assistance of cultivators, is she unable to achieve a breakthrough? She said, yeah, it's not as simple as being unable to break through. She said that in this world filled with aura of demonic beast, there's no way to replenish spiritual energy. She'll probably be gone sooner or later. She asked Zhang that, there's a lot of spiritual energy coming out of him. Can she follow him? She said that she have a very good perception. She can sense the presence of ancient treasures in a world surrounded by demonic aura. She'll definitely be of use to him. Zhang smiles and said it's fine then. Bai Qing was surprised that Zhang accepted her so quick. She asked him, don't he want to think about it? She will need to suck his spiritual energy to cultivate. She make her body look seductive and asked Zhang, don't he want to add in some additional conditions, like using her body to exchange for some spiritual energy? Zhang sighed, there's no need. The amount of spiritual energy she need is nothing to him. Bai Qing thought that he is incredible. He is telling the truth. Zhang asked her, didn't Saj say that she could help him find ancient treasures? Next day morning, Zhang and Bai Qing were walking on the streets. Bai Qing said to him that his name is Zhang Tianshun. Zhang said, yeah, is there a problem? She said it just sounds kind of familiar. She must have heard it somewhere before. Suddenly she felt something and stops. Zhang asked her, what is it? She points his finger at crowd of people and said, there she strongly sense a treasure in that direction. Zhang said, nice, then let's go have a look. They went there. Bai Qing said, that's a lot of people. There seems to be some kind of celebration being held here. She said, can sense the treasure is right in front of them. Zhang told her to hurry up, let's go too, and join the fun. They walked past crowded people. Zhang saw 2 guards standing in front of a sword. He thought, the treasure little fox mentioned is that sword. Someone said, according to the rules of previous years, the trial of the brave will be celebrated in a few days. He wondered, which youngster from the 4 great families will be able to pass the trial this time? An old man coughed and said, even if someone passes the trial, will that make any difference? In all his years of life, he have never seen anyone pull out this sword. Bai Qing asked that old man, is this such an incredible sword? He said, little girl, you must be a foreigner to ask something like this. He told her that this sword is known to everyone in the Pharaoh city. The sword of the brave is a sacred weapon handed down from ancient times. It's been around for thousands of years already. It's been deeply stuck in that boulder since it was discovered. Legend has it that only a truly brave and strong warrior can draw this sword. But for thousands of years, countless people have exhausted every possible method to pull out the sacred weapon. He said he is afraid that this supposedly legendary brave man will never appear. Bai Qing looks at Zhang, who was just looking at that sword non-stop. She asked him, what's wrong with him? Is he fascinated by it? He said this sword. He think he have seen it somewhere before. 5,000 years ago, an old man was holding that sword and told Zhang that this sword is the treasure of his forged sword valley, capable of cutting hair with barely a touch, a weapon of an unparalleled sharpness. It has reached the pinnacle among swords, if it can meet a wise owner. This sword can even transform into an azure dragon sword spirit to protect the master, and taking in count all the land under the sky. Except for Zhang, no one is worthy to wield it. Zhang told Bai Qing that this is his sword. He never thought it would end up here after the great war between cultivators and demons. Bai Qing asked him, is that really true? Zhang said it is. He said he also remembered its name. This sword is called How Long. Zhang and Bai Qing walked toward that boulder in which that sword was stuck. But those 2 guards stopped him from approaching it. They said, what kind of person dares to trespass this prohibited area? This is the sacred sword of Pharaoh City. Only specific individuals are allowed to approach it. Bai Qing said to them that, didn't they say that only a truly brave and strong warrior can draw this sword? By referring to Zhang, she said, he is the person they are looking for. Both of them started laughing and said, no one has been able to pull this sword out for thousands of years. Who the hell does she think he is? She is out of her minds. Not everyone can pull out the holy sword. In the crowd, people were talking that, if you want to draw the sword, you must first pass the trial of the brave to do so. And to participate in the trial, you need a recommendation sent by one of the 4 great families. There is no way these 2 are part of the 4 great families. Seems like they are about to get in trouble. A guard called Zhang, Your Excellency, and ask him which family of Pharaoh City he is from. If he is not a member of one of the 4 great families, he is not qualified to participate in the trial. In that case, he won't blame him for not being polite, right? Zhang smiles and said, so what if he is not a member of the 4 great families? How will the 2 of them stop him? Both guards draw out their swords and said they'll have to block him out. Suddenly Catherine comes and stopped them. She said he is an honored guest of her Steve family, who dares to be rude to him. Those 2 guards were scared. They said they didn't know he was her honored guest, and asked Catherine to please forgive them. From the crowd, a guy said, it's the Steve family's eldest daughter. How did that country bumpkin establish contacts with the Steves? Catherine's checks were read while calling Zhang by his name. She asked him, do we want to try and draw the sacred sword? Zhang said exactly. He points his finger to those guards and said, but these guys won't letting him to that. Catherine said, according to the rules of Pharaoh City, only those who pass the trial of the brave are qualified to draw the sacred sword. She said she is really sorry. It's a rule that's been passed down for centuries, a rule which she cannot possibly change. Zhang was angry. He said, what a troublesome rule. That was originally his. Bai Qing stops him and said, in fact, there is no need to rush. The sword is his. No one can take it away. On the contrary, this trial is a bit interesting. They might even be able to see other treasures. She asked Zhang to let's just follow the locals' customs for this once. Catherine said she is a member of the 4 great families. The recommendation letter to participate in the trial of the brave. She can help him by writing it. Zhang asked her that, the recommendation letter, do we have to pay for it? Catherine said no. She said she don't need the money. He asked Catherine to then write one for Bai Qing too. She's with him. When Catherine saw Bai Qing, she thought that, this girl is so beautiful and lovely. And she is also wearing the same style of clothes as Zhang Tianshun. They can't have that kind of relationship. A few days later, outside of Pharaoh City in Ghost Valley, many people were there. A girl who was seating on the chair said it seems like all the participants of the trial have arrived. She said then, she will announce the rules for this occasion's trial of the brave. She is a mid-rank priest from the Holy Cross Church, name Mel, with psychic power rank B. She said this trial requires all participants to go deep into the Ghost's Valley. They must retrieve the 3 demon cores placed in advance by the church. Demon cores are a demon beast's most precious treasure. They possess an extremely high value, the Holy Cross. Church left the 3 demon cores on a grade 3 demon beast. Tomorrow by 12 o'clock noon, whoever obtains and brings back here the demon cores passes the trial. When people heard that there is even a grade 3 demon beast, they said it's too dangerous, they will die. There are only 3 demon cores, which means that 3 people at most can pass the trial. Isn't this requirement too harsh? A guy comes and said he thought the trial could be far more difficult. This kind of level for the Onassis family is not a problem at all. He is Onassis family's Carl, psychic power rank 25. Another guy comes from his back and told him to don't brag too soon. He is DuPont family's Meyer, psychic power rank C. He said if this trial held every 3 years was so easy, there wouldn't be so few people participating. If you were to fail, you would only bring shame to your family. A guy from the crowd said the 2 most promising participants of this trial are Meyer and Carl. They are facing each other directly. This will be a good show. They are both geniuses, who will come out on top. The DuPont are one of the leading families in Pharaoh City, and being Spoon Meyer one of them, he must be stronger, he said in his opinion. Meyer will not only pass the trial, but he may even be able to pull out the sacred sword. Meyer and Carl looks at each other angrily. Carl turned around and while walking he thought, only those who return here alive are considered to have truly passed the trial. When Carl walked past Zhang felt his strong killing intent. He remembered Catherine mentioned him. Before the competition, Catherine Zhang that the Onassis are always fighting against them. Especially that Carl. He's cruel and ruthless. Zhang must not confront him once he is inside the Ghost Valley, because he is extremely dangerous, Zhang said. Understood. He said he is very reliable. When Carl saw Zhang, he thought, what's wrong with the Steve family? He can't believe they sent such a guy to participate in the trial. He have already done his research on Zhang. He is a normal human without psychic power. He can just ignore Zhang. Carl said this time. He want his name to be known throughout Pharaoh City. Mel shouted that the trial begins. Everyone started running toward that Ghost Valley. Carl and Meyer were in front. Carl, after seeing something, stops. He said he didn't expect this Ghost Valley to have different crossroads. He thought that this road on the left is full of thorns. The second road has a faint demonic energy overflowing, which resembles a bit like a high-grade demon beast. On the contrary, the 2 roads to the right seem better, especially the last one, which has a dim light coming through. Okay, he shall take this one. Meyer thought that according to the angle of the air currents, there's a gentle breeze coming from the 3rd road. That means this route is clear. This must be the correct direction. Someone said the 1st road, although walking through thorns is difficult, fighting a demon beast is equally arduous, so the 1st road is also the safest path. On outside of the ghost forest in the campsite, Mel asked Catherine, why would she recommend someone with 0 psychic power to take part in the trial? She said she is quite curious. Letting ordinary people enter the trial is no different from sending them to a certain death. Aren't she afraid of ruining her family's renown by choosing him? Catherine told Mel that she is mistaken. She said she not doing this for the family, it's just that she want to fulfill his wish. Also, Zhang, he's not an ordinary human. His strength is unfathomable. She am sure that he will complete the trial, because he is the most reliable person she have ever met. Mel thought the most reliable person. Into the ghost forest, Zhang and Bai Qing was in front of those gates. Bai Qing asked Zhang that, based on what Catherine said, Ghost Valley is divided into several areas. Right now there are so many crossroads. Which one should they take? Zhang told her to let him think. Zhang picked up a tree branch for the ground and said, wherever this branch falls, they will go in that direction. Bai Qing asked him if he is serious. This is the method you thought about. Zhang said that's right. This method is very reliable. That stick falls into the direction of a gate. Zhang stand up and told Bai Qing to let's go this way. Bai Qing was little scared because that road seems a bit eerie. When they were walking, she hears something. She grabbed Zhang's hand and asked him, did he hear anything? Zhang said he didn't. She said that her instincts are telling her there's something terrible here. She said, there is an evil energy here that's weighing on her chest and won't let her breathe. Zhang was embarrassed and thought that that's because she is pushing her breasts too tightly against him. Suddenly some noise started coming from a direction. Bai Qing looks that way. She saw something there and asked Zhang to look. What is that? That was a girl ghost flying into air. She was the one making that noise. When Zhang saw her, he walks towards her. Bai Qing asked him to wait a minute. She asked him, why is he going over there? She said, this is the Ghost Valley. That thing must be a female ghost blocking their path, Zhang said. Female ghost, how is that even possible? He goes near her and said, this is clearly a girl lost in the road. Zhang grabbed that ghost girl's shoulder, which calling her. That weird sounds was coming non-stop for her. That ghost girl turned around while making a horrible face to scare Zhang. But Zhang was not scared. He punched that ghost girl on face, telling her to go to hell. That ghost girl fall to the ground. Zhang said to Bai Qing that it really was a female ghost. She said it seems like the demon beasts here are female ghosts. Why do they have to take the most horrible route? Zhang said that female ghosts are the best option. He asked Bai Qing to come help him undress that ghost girl. Bai Qing asked him why undress her. When Bai Qing looks at that ghost girl, she thought that if you look closely, you will find that this girl's figure is amazing. Those curves are perfect. By taking her clothes off, he can't be thinking using this chance while the body is still hot. Suddenly Zhang said he is ready. Bai Qing gets embarrassed and said, ready so fast. Zhang holding that ghost girl's clothes and said that this dress is made of satin, although a little worn out. But if the amount is large enough, it can be sold at a very good price. And they can search for some other stuff in her body. Bai Qing said, so this was his initial idea. That ghost girl's body was lying on the ground. Zhang told Bai Qing to let's keep going. He said he hoped there are many more female ghosts ahead. Bai Qing said, okay, she'll do whatever he say. Both of them hide behind a tree and were searching for female ghost. They saw a female ghost flying in front of them. Bai Qing said target found. Zhang goes near that ghost girl and again grabbed her shoulder. She turned around to scare him, but Zhang makes a more horrible face and scared that ghost girl. She fell on the ground. Zhang smiled, which looking at her. On this night took place the nightmare of the Ghost Valley. Everywhere Zhang and Bai Qing went, all the female ghosts became naked ghosts. Zhang and Bai Qing were walking into that ghost forest without any fear. Bai Qing looks at Zhang and thought that, although he is relatively stingy and acts in a reckless way, but on the contrary, being by his side, he transmits a sense of security, even in such a chilling forest. She don't feel scared anymore. Suddenly a new female ghost approached them. But this time it's a grade 3 demon beast, evil phantom maid. She said them that, it's amazing there is anyone capable of getting deep into the heart of the Ghost Valley. Truly unusual, she said, but taking a look at the frail appearance of both of them, it seems like it won't be enough to fill her stomach. Zhang puts his bag down and said to that evil phantom maid that whether he can fill her stomach or not, he don't know. However, she definitely won't keep her clothes for long. The evil phantom maid was confused after hearing him. She asked Zhang that he said that she won't keep her clothes. What do we mean by that? Zhang said literally what she've just heard. She don't even understand that. She gets angry. She said a mere human like him actually dares to make fun of her over and over again. She makes a rad magic circle in the air and told Zhang that you must be tired of living. Thousands of bats started coming out of that magic circle. Evil phantom maid called through bats, scarlet predators, and ordered them to tear both of them to shreds. Zhang asked her if she want to beat him with just these few bats. He said she is underestimating him far too much. Suddenly Bai Qing cast a spell. Dull blue foxfire. A blue fire comes from Zhang's back and burnt all those bats. That evil phantom maid said to Bai Qing that she was a magician from the beginning. To be capable of burning down her scarlet predators, seems like she got some strength. Bai Qing was holding that blue fire in her hands, and said she didn't expect that after sleeping for so many years. Her control over the foxfire didn't become rusty at all. Zhang said to Bai Qing that he is unable to tell with just a glance that she are still pretty cool. Bai Qing smiles and said, it's just a little trick. Zhang asked Bai Qing if she want him to leave the ghost for her. Bai Qing said that she better leave it to him. She'll just help by getting rid of the bats. That evil phantom maid was too angry, she thought. Are these two out of their minds? They have the guts to ignore her. She is one of the fiercest demon beasts here. Suddenly Zhang jumped at that ghost and said, since Little Fox won't take part in the fight, Then he won't be polite. That evil phantom maid was slow to react. She thought that, this guy is really fast. Zhang tries grabbing her clothes, but she fall back. She thought, he targeted her chest. He fall back from Zhang and ask Zhang what's going on with his, is he some kind of odd pervert? Why did he touch her breasts? She said she is a ghost. Zhang told her to don't get him wrong. He said he is not targeting her breasts. It's just that her clothes look like they're worth a lot of money. He jumped at her again and said, so before hitting her, he have to help her by taking off her dress. He gets serious and said, against this world's martial arts, nothing is unbreakable. He used his peerless speed and attack multiple times that evil phantom maid will his hand. Bai Qing was surprised to see Zhang. She thought that, the speed at which his hands are moving, so dominant, she can't even keep up with her eyes. That evil phantom maid was asking Zhang to stop. And with that attack, Zhang removed all of the clothes from that evil phantom maid. He also gets a big green stone. When Bai Qing saw it, she told Zhang that, this is the demon core. With it he can pass the trial. She can't believe it's on this female ghost's body. Zhang said, that's great, 2 birds with 1 stone. Bai Qing asked him that, now he got the core, he have fulfilled the qualifications to draw his sword. She asked Zhang to let's return the way they came. Zhang told her that there is no need to hurry, they still have a lot of time. He smiles and said, there are many more demon beasts in the Ghost Valley, not a single one can be spared. Meanwhile, on the other side of the Ghost Valley, another fierce battle was taking place. Mayor killed a big grade demon beast. He was holding that demon beast's demon core. He said he got a demon core from the grade 3 demon beast. He smiles and said, for someone like Meyer, a task of this level is no problem. Suddenly Carl comes and said he didn't expect Mayer to have defeated the grade 3 demon beast and to have gotten the demon core of the trial. He was releasing lots of magic from his body. He told Meyer that he is a lucky man. Mayer looks at Carl and asks him, why is he following him for? Do we want to kill him and seize the treasure? Carl pulled out his demon core and said, seize the treasure, he don't need to. When Mayer saw his demon core, he said to Carl that he also got a magic core, since he didn't come to rob him. Then he want to get rid of him. Carl smiles horribly. Mayer asked him that he want to kill him, but is he skillful enough to do so? Carl said we won't know until we give it a try. Mayer attacked Carl with his sword. He told Carl that he is courting death. Carl also pulled out his sword. He called Mayer arrogant fool. Both of them started fighting with each other. When both of them stopped, Mayer said to Carl that he is surprised that Carl can equally match him in a fight. He've gotten stronger. Still, the psychic power of both of them is C rank. He alone can't defeat him. Carl said to Mayer that, as expected, he truly are a fool. Carl asked Mayer what makes him think that Carl is here alone. Suddenly an arrow comes from Mayer back and hit him on his neck. Mayer thought he is done for. This is a poisoned arrow. That archer comes down and said to Mayer that he didn't expect he will make it this far. Mayer recognized him. He asked him why did he teamed up with Carl to get rid of him. That archer is the Walton family's Johann, psychic power rank D. He said to Mayer that a wise man submits to circumstances. The Onassis family, represented by Carl, grows in strength with each passing day in Pharaoh City. The only thing he have to do is cooperate with him, and he will receive a demon core. Mayer was very angry. He called them scumbags. He asked them if they know the consequences of offending his DuPont family. Carl put his knife at Mayer's neck and said, whatever happens inside the Ghost Valley, no one outside will ever know. And then he cuts Mayer's neck. After Mayer died, Mark put his legs on Mayer's body and said Mayer have been fighting with him for so many years, at last, he have died by his sword. Now he can't be arrogant anymore. Johann called Carl young Master Carl and said he already helped him to kill him. According to the agreement, Mayer's demon core should be his, right? Carl said, yes, he did promise such thing, but he also said whatever he do inside the Ghost Valley, no one outside will ever know. Johann gets scared. He asked Carl, what does that mean? He don't mean to kill him to prevent Mayer's death being known. Suddenly Carl jumped at Johann and sliced his head with his knife. Carl said he have killed the biggest opponent. How is it possible that he would let a guy that has information against him alive? Carl fall on the ground because of a powerful demon beast breath. He thought, what a powerful demon beast breath. Those grade 3 demon beasts just now cannot be compared to it. He looks at that direction and thought, what the hell is going on there? Outside of the ghost forest, Catherine asked her senior Mel, can she feel that? Mel said, yes, this is not one of the demon beasts that the church has prepared for the trial. It should be other demon beast who broke into the testing ground. Mel was worried. She said this breath is very powerful. It should be a grade 4 demon beast. Oregon, even higher. To defeat a grade 4 demon beast, you need 3 or more B-rank hunters. In the current situation, she have no choice but to end the trial in advance. Catherine was worried about Zhang's safety. Into the ghost forest, a something was seating on a pillar. It was a grade 4 demon beast. Gargoyle. Zhang and Bai Qing was in front of it. Bai Qing said to Zhang that this demon beast is not quite the same as the previous one. She asked him to make a detour before it finds them. Zhang said, "Don't want to." He said, "You must be honest to make a living." He said before that, they would kill all the demon beasts in the Valley of Ghosts, so they can't spare any of them. When that gargoyle saw them, he said, "Humans, they didn't run away the moment they saw him. Such idiots are not really common these days." He said, "Is it because their psychic power is too low, and they can't even feel terrified by him?" Zhang laughed and asked that gargoyle, "What nonsense is he talking about?" Zhang Tianshun's perspective was only at that gargoyle demon core. Zhang's eyes were glowing his smile and said, "What kind of person runs away the moment they see money?" When that gargoyle heard Zhang taking about money, he asked him, "What do we mean by that?" Zhang jumped equal at that pillar. Then he punched that gargoyle and said, "This is what he mean." That gargoyle fell away. Now Zhang stand on the pillar. Because of the Zhang's strong punch, that gargoyle sunk into the ground. Gargoyle thought, "What's going on with that guy?" Gargoyle clearly couldn't feel even an ounce of psychic power coming from him, but he still managed to throw such a powerful punch. Gargoyle said, "This is outrageous. How on earth did he do it?" He said he understand. He must have known his lack of talent for psychic power, so he ended up finding another path to develop his own flesh to the human limits, and that's why he can throw such a strong punch. Although his physique has yet to reach that level, there is no other explanation. Zhang again jumped at that gargoyle, saying it. Enduring his hit without losing consciousness, he's quite resistant to beatings. Gargoyle said to Zhang that he is a mere human who thinks too highly of his own abilities. He said he already comprehend everything about Zhang's skills. Gargoyle body turned white. He told Zhang take a look at his absolute defense, gargoyle form. Gargoyle thought that in this form, his whole body is enveloped by an extremely resistant granite. If he were to receive another of those punches, his hand's bone would shatter. This guy's already in a helpless situation. But when Zhang punched him into face, gargoyle extremely resistant granite breakdown, he thought, what's that guy up to? Attacking without even thinking twice. This is not like the humans he've met before. This time that gargoyle fell even further. Bai Qing comes to Zhang and asks him, is he hurt? Zhang said, no big deal. This thing's head is pretty sturdy. His hand feels a little bit numb. Zhang saw that Bai Qing was holding that bag which is full of clothes. He said to Bai Qing that, she also brought my bag. Bai Qing said, these are their spoils from this trip. Of course she can't forget them. Suddenly demonic energy started flowing. Bai Qing felt that demonic energy. She said to Zhang that, this demonic energy all over the place is gathering in that demon beast's direction. This breath is no trivial matter. She asked Zhang to be careful. Zhang said, understood, and told Bai Qing to, don't break anything inside the bag during the fight that's about to break out. He said he still have to return and sell it. That gargoyle come back to his feet. He became powerful. His body was glowing green with the demonic energy. While holding a trident, he said to Zhang that, he truly are an uncommon fellow. This is the first time he've met someone like him. But also thanks to Zhang, he is done with the warm-up. He said the last time he was so excited was ages ago. The consequences of provoking him are too much for Zhang to bear. Gargoyle slammed his trident on the ground and used his dark invasion attack. Demonic energy started flowing around Zhang and Bai Qing. Some marks appear on Zhang's face. He said this gargoyle's dark breath is toxic. Gargoyle said his dark breath not only has the effect of frightening and repelling enemies, during combat, it can also exert a poisoned state. Both of them are already done for. At the same time, Ghost Valley's entrance. All the trial's participants were recalled urgently because of the intrusion of the Grade 4 demon beast. Mel said, looks like the situations hasn't gone out of hand. The participants we could recall are all almost safe and sound, Catherine said. There are 2 more people who are not back yet, Zhang Tianshun and Bai Qing. Gargoyle said his demonic energy has scattered throughout the valley. In a short time, everything in this valley will be infected by the toxins and the demonic energy. They have no way out. Zhang turned around and asked Bai Qing, is she still scared? She said she was a bit scared at first, but now that she is by his side, she don't fear anything. Zhang very well. He raised his hands at Bai Qing's direction and named a bowl of spiritual energy. Suddenly a force field made of spiritual energy appeared on Bai Qing. Zhang said, "This is his golden pearl of protection. It creates a shield that keeps her safe from poisonous gases." Bai Qing asked him if he have this kind of protection. Why don't he use it on himself instead? What is his plan by giving it to her? Zhang told Bai Qing that, didn't she promise to protect his package? If the stuff in the bag is contaminated with toxins, he will have no chance of selling it. Bai Qing was surprised to hear that she thought Zhang really do value money over his life. Zhang thought the toxicity of this poison is gradually accumulated over time. He just need one move to kill it. Then immediately cast a clear mind spell to get rid of the poison. Gargoyle said to Zhang that he is already in trouble, and still thinking about taking care of others. Do we think he can carry the poison and fight him at the same time? Zhang said to Gargoyle he know nothing. Zhang started writing something in air with spiritual energy. After seeing Zhang, Gargoyle thought, what is this guy gesticulating? And he's also mumbling non-stop. Has he gone crazy because of his demonic energy? When Bai Qing had Zhang, she thinks she've heard those spells somewhere before. It seems to be the treasure of the Zhuantian sect in ancient times, the Law of Five Thunders. It is said that those who can obtain this magic can drive away thunder and lightning as well as pray for rain and sunshine, to control and subjugate demons, to avoid locusts and plagues, to refine spirits. She never thought Zhang would be able to use such a powerful technique. Zhang was still mumbling some spells. Then suddenly he opens his eyes, and some spell appear into the sky. Zhang used the Law of Five Thunders thunder, Slayer of Evil. Some lightning in shape of an energy boss started forming on his finger. Gargoyle thought what Zhang is using is magic, he said. Zhang can use magic without having psychic power. Humans are full of surprises, but can such a small magic sphere be of any use? He raised his trident, and said he will let him experience a bit of the true meaning of magic. Above his trident, a very big orb appeared which was filled with demonic energy. Gargoyle threw that in Zhang's direction. Zhang said to Gargoyle that he is as ignorant as immature. He said that the thing he is using isn't magic, is immortal Taoist's arts, and Zhang attacked that Gargoyle with it. Zhang's spiritual energy bowl easily destroyed Gargoyle's demonic orb. Gargoyle thought it's impossible. Absolutely impossible. Who can Zhang pierced his orb of darkness? That spiritual energy reached Gargoyle, he thought. Is he going to lose? His master has ordered him to never let anyone disturb her. His mission is not yet complete. Zhang's spiritual energy bowl hit Gargoyle. That Gargoyle exploded with a huge blast. Bai Qing was shocked to see that. She thought that it is obviously just a small sphere of electricity, but it can explode with such an amazing power. This is the Law of Five Thunders. Truly hard to believe. For outside of the ghost forest, everyone also saw that explosion. Mel thought, this formidable power is so strong that the whole Ghost Valley trembled. It's basically like an earthquake. Was this done by that demon beast? She thought they misjudged the situation before. This explosion has long exceeded the standard of a grade 4 demon beast. It's even higher than a grade 5-1. Having reached this stage, the last option she have left is to ask the Holy Cross for help. The only way to do this is to bring S-ranked or higher experts. Only then will it be possible to solve this demon beast's matter. This night, the whole Ghost Valley was razed to the ground by Zhang Tianshun. Gargoyle's only dead body remains on that place. Zhang was surprised himself. He said it seems like he went a bit overboard. He basically burnt Gargoyle. He's afraid the poor condition will affect the price. He pulled out that Gargoyle's demonic core and said it's okay. At least this demon core is still intact. Bai Qing comes from his back. She asked him that he is still poisoned. How is he feeling? Zhang told her to pay it no mind. He's not deeply poisoned. He sits down and said, for this kind of toxin, he just need to calm down and meditate for a while, getting rid of it in minutes. Bai Qing told Zhang that, actually there is no need for such trouble. Zhang asked her what does she mean, is there another way? Bai Qing was embarrassed she gets near Zhang and kisses him. Zhang knows that the Bai Qing is helping him to suck out the toxins from his body. Slowly, Bai Qing suck out all the toxins from Zhang's body. After doing that, Bai Qing was exhausted. Zhang said to Bai Qing that he could have gotten rid of the poison by himself. She sucked the poison out of him body. Now he cannot save her. Bai Qing told him to don't worry, she won't die. She said she is now his spirit. She is supposed to help him share his pain and suffering. Although she is poisoned, as long as she have his spiritual power to nourish him, it won't be long before she is cured. Zhang said, that's okay. If she feel well, then he don't mind. She said to Zhang that now that she remember about Zhang Tianshun, she asked him that, since he is an immortal, have he ever heard of the Zhuantian sect? He said Zhuantian sect. He never heard of them. He asked her, why does she ask this? She smiles and said, for no reason. She said that, the trial's time is about to end, let's go back. At the other side of the Ghost Valley, everyone is on standby, waiting for that terrifying demon beast to appear. Mel was standing in front of the Ghost Valley gate. She was thinking that the Ghost Valley is a long way from Pharaoh City, and the reinforcements of the Holy Cross Church will take some time. Before the S-rank expert arrives, she must defend the Ghost Valley's entrance at any cost. There were some soldiers and adventurers standing besides Mel. Me thinking that she will stop that, even if she have to put her life on the line. She can't let that demon beast come out and wreak havoc in Pharaoh City. Smoke was coming out of the Ghost Valley, and suddenly two shadow figures appear on it. When Wells saw that, she shouted, it's here. She told everyone prepare for battle, but the one comes out of the smoke was Zhang and Bai Qing. Zhang was carrying that gargoyle dead body. When he saw Mel, he asked them what's happening here, as they all came here to greet him. Bai Qing was beside him. She was carrying those female ghost clothes. She said to Zhang that, it looks like they didn't run out of time. He will probably pass the trial of the brave with flying colors. A soldier who was with Mel asked her that, the demon beast they were waiting for is the one he is carrying. Did he defeat it? Other one asked that common human with zero psychic power, how did he do it? Mel was too surprised to reply them. She thought that, judging from the aura of the corpse, it was indeed the grade 4 demon beast that had mistakenly entered the Ghost Valley. But what about the big explosion? She clearly felt the terrifying aura of something more powerful than a grade 4 demon beast. She looks at Zhang and thought, could it be that it's Zhang's doing? This man in front of her has been hiding his psychic power all the time. In fact, his power is already unfathomable. Catherine was happy to see them. She said she knew they would come back safe and sound. Carl was thinking that even he, the strongest newcomer, is afraid of that terrible demon beast. Why did it die at the hands of that little scumbag? He was very angry. He thought something that nobody knows must have happened in the Ghost Valley. That should be what led to the death of that demon beast. That scumbag must have just gotten lucky and picked up the prize. Zhang threw Gargoyle's body on the ground and asked those people if there are any demon beast hunters here. He told them, come over here and let him see how much money he can get for this thing. Bai Qing put all those clothes and said that this all is the clothes from the spirits in the Ghost Valley are here. She asked them to make an estimated value. Mel thought was surprised when she hears them talking about selling. Zhang asked her, what's wrong? Are they not allowed? Mel told him that he is allowed. She asked him, how do we want to sell all this? Mel was thinking that they have already beaten the grade 4 demon beast. She can't believe they still were in the mood to scavenge the materials of the underlings. What kind of people are this two? Shortly after Zhang Tianshun and Bai Qing left, deep in the Ghost Valley, another uninvited guest has appeared. She was the master of that gargoyle. She said she can't believe someone killed her mount. Does she have to go back walking by herself? She said Pharaoh City's newcomers are already so skilled. It's so annoying. But she noticed something on the ground. She used her powers to check those stones. She said, this smell has a kind of long-lost feeling. She said, it's spiritual energy. This is the trace of an immortal's battle. After the turmoil and trial of the brave has ended, Zhang and Bai Qing sold the corpses of the ranked 4 demon beasts and demon beast items. After that, they all returned to the sacred sword square. Mel said, although the trial of the brave had a little twist and turn, in the end, it ended without any danger. There were 2 people who got the demon core and passed the trial. Master Carl of the Onassis family got 2 ranked 3 demon cores. Zhang Tianshun, recommended by Steve's family, got a ranked 3 demon core, and a ranked 4 demon beast demon core that snuck into the trial field. Carl was very angry. He was thinking that the ranked 4 demon beast is not even in the scope of the trial. According to the rules of the trial, he is first. How dare this scumbag steal his limelight? Zhang, while ear-picking, asked Carl, what is he looking at? Haven't he ever seen ear-picking? Mel said to them that since they have passed the trial, they are qualified to draw the sword. Next is the sacred sword ceremony. She asked them which one of them will go first. Carl said he'll do it. He said he is the most outstanding descendant among the 4 major families. He jumped on that sword pillar and said, if there's anyone who has the best chance of pulling out the sacred sword, that would be him. Mel thought that this guy is full of confidence. Carl grabbed that sword with his both hands and started trying to pull out that sword. He used his full power, but he can't even move that sword an inch. When he fall on the ground, he thought, no way, it's impossible to pull it out. It seems that the hero's sword is just a legend after all. If he can't do it, then no one else can. Everyone started walking away from that sword square. They said, it seems that this year's sacred sword ceremony is nothing special. Master Carl has failed. There's nothing more to see. Maybe someone will pull it out next year. Catherine was angry. She said Carl is not the only one who passed the trial of the brave. Bai Qing said, that's right, Zhang Tianshun hasn't taken his turn yet. Zhou told both of them to, don't worry, he said he is just going to retrieve his own stuff. Carl thought, what does that scumbag mean? It's like the sword is already in his possession. Mel thought, what kind of mystery is hidden in Zhang's body? Zhang, stand on that pillar. That sword was glowing. It said, Zhang, you're finally here. Zhang was surprised that the sword was talking to him. Sword said, it's been years he've been waiting for Zhang here. Do Zhoni still remember their glorious years? Sword said, he once took Zhang deep into the Scarlet Demon's lair. Just one man and one sword slashing fiercely for 3 days and 3 nights. In the every 10-year Imperial Flying Sword competition of the immortal world, it was he who helped him to turn the tide with his inertial drift. They fought side by side in the world sects and got out 7 times. At the end, they sat together at the waterfall in the back of the mountain, and Zhang cultivate, and he pretended. Sword said he is Zhang's essential partner on the path to immortality. Zhang had bad feeling. This sword seems to be very excited. Is it because he has been too lonely for the past 5,000 years? Zhang grabbed that sword's handle and said he should better not worry about that. He'll take him home right now. Zhang easily pulled out that sword. That sword started glowing brightly. Zhang raised his sword and said, welcome back, Yulong. Everyone was shocked. They said that the holy sword was pulled out. That's the hero's sword that no one has been able to master for thousands of years. Unexpectedly, it was pulled out by that kid. Who the hell is he? That ancient artifact Yulong's sword turned into his little azure dragon form. He said finally, he is out of that stupid rock. He asked Zhang, how does he feel to see his magnificent figure again? Zhang did not reply it. He asked Zhang, why isn't he saying anything? Is he shocked by his appearance? Or again is he immersed in the glorious years he just talked about and unable to extricate himself? Zhang was getting angry. He shouted at it, saying, that's because he don't remember any of the stuff Sword told him. Is that how narcissistic he used to be? And don't he ever call him that again? Sword said, I see. He Zhang have forgotten the past, but it's a good thing. After all, it's a miracle that he survived that battle. But even though he've lost his memory, he still managed to find him. This just shows that even after thousands of years have passed, his brilliance cannot be hidden. Zhang is attracted by this sample drama, right? Zhang told him that he'd better change back to the way he were. Catherine runs toward Zhang. She don't know why the holy sword changed into that shape, but he did pull out the holy sword. She thought she will be the first to congratulate him. She said congratulations to Zhang. She said she always believed that he could do it. Now he are the worthy hero of Pharaoh City. Zhang told Catherine that he have to thank her for writing him a recommendation letter. But before Catherine can reply him, Bai Qing jumped at him. She hugged him and said to Zhang that he really manipulates such a top-notch artifact. He really is no ordinary person, Zhang. Catherine turned into stone after seeing them declosed.